Good morning, everybody. It's Javier, and I'm super excited to be with you here today to do a little bit different training. It's not even training; it's more of a overview as to something that's coming up. FFS asked me to spend today making sure you understood that the importance of this event couldn't be any higher, and number two, that you knew that it was a very limited capacity for an event that is going to be held in January. A lot of people don't even know about it, so just hang tight as I go ahead and give you enough details so that you can make an informed decision as to whether or not you want to go ahead and participate in this event. This is something that FFS has never, ever done before. It's called LevelUp 2023, and it's a live in-person event taking place in Atlanta from January 13th to the 14th, which is technically a two-day event, but I see the word or the phrase 3 days events in different places. But it's the 13th, which is a Friday, to the 14th. And again, it is taking place in Atlanta, and it is crucial that you at least know about it, because I guarantee you that while a lot of people would like to be there, they're just not going to go ahead and be able to register because it's going to be sold out. I just checked, and there are still seats available. It's a different format of an event that I want you to understand is not intended to replace Jumpstart. You guys know we do Jumpstart every January. There will be a Jumpstart this year again, but it will be virtual, meaning web-based, Zoom-based, or whatever you want to call it. This is different. This is something that, again, FFS has never done before. And I'm going to share with you the link that you're going to be able to scan here at the end, that if you do want to go ahead and partake in this event, when I say that it's very unique, I mean it. And I'll let you, again, decide for yourself as to whether or not this is something you want to partake in, because ultimately it's your success we're talking about. So you're the best judge to see if you can benefit from something like this. I also want to remind everybody, I get a lot of emails during the week of people saying that they are not getting the text reminders. They are optional. You can't just add, export a list and drop them all in there. It's 100% optional. So if you or any of your teammates are not getting the actual text reminders at usually 5 minutes to 9, they just text the word Crusaders to 74121 or have them do the same thing. And again, I can't just import a batch of people in there, because I don't want to end up where we were before with 700 people in there, and yet we don't have that kind of participation. So I don't believe in bugging people that don't want to be bugged. And it's not bugging as much as it is reminding us, because I forget about the webinar and I host it. So I'm glad I get that text reminder myself. So if you or any of your teammates want to go ahead and get notified, make sure that whenever you recruit somebody, you give them a fighting chance at success. And part of the reason that this is so important is because at least it'll provide them with some training that maybe you can't, because you're far away, you're in a different city, a different state, whatever the case might be. Crusaders to 74121, have your teammates do just that. And so going back to what I was telling you about Level Up 2023, it's the first event of its kind in FFS history. And you'll see some of the subject matter that's going to be discussed, so you can tell me what you think. Now, it is going to be back-to-back speakers and trainers for 2 whole days. And when I say things we've never done before, here's what I mean. Something like Lori Seaton from North American Life. You've seen some of these people. You've heard some of these people. Columbus Life will be there. North American will be there. Here we have a little different thing from Pamela Kathlina. She's an attorney, and she's going to be talking about advanced markets through attorneys, which is something that some of you have been doing already or trying to penetrate. Where here you're going to have the opportunity to be able to work with business owners and how to get in there, how to meet with them, and most importantly, how to succeed with business owners from an actual attorney. Also, Ron Walters, the CPA, will be there. And again, top 10 tips for independent contractors. And one of the things that FFS wants to help all of you do is maximize the amount of deductions you have, reduce the amount of taxes you pay to the government. And I know for a fact, God knows we need this as a team and as a profession. So this is your chance to come in here and listen to these guys. And what's really nice about this is after you listen to them, they come off stage, you get a chance to interact with them as much as you want, to go ahead and do that. Dominique will also be there, pension case designer with American National, business continuation strategy. So once the business owner retires, I was actually talking to a few people this week about just this right here, that one of the biggest challenges for business owners is that when they decide to retire or they pass away, there has to be a continuation strategy. Otherwise, statistically speaking, that business will last about 2 years and it's gone forever. just because there was no solid business continuation strategy. And again, this is all going to be part of the actual event as well. And then we're going to be talking about, again, Columbus Life. Meg Jones will be there. You guys know her. Gary Ross, you know him from National Life. Michael Harding, Gilmore. So a lot of the updates that's going into 2022, what this new market is bringing, especially as rates continue to go up, and the impact that that's going to have on both IULs and annuities. And one of the things that I encourage you to be prepared to do is to make sure you are able to have an intelligent conversation with prospects that shows them why it makes more sense to work with you than with any other company. And there's a lot of uncertainty in the market right now, especially with the, again, rising rates. If you remember last October, I told you guys and I told everybody, I think that rates are going to be around 6% by June. And a gentleman that I work with on the mortgage side of the house by the name of Brett Stafford, he literally told me, I think you're crazy. The interest rates were at 2.875. And I told him, I think they'll be by June, they'll be at 6. And by December, we'll be at 8. And then lo and behold, that's exactly where rates were by June. We ended the month 6.5 technically. And as of yesterday morning, mortgage rates were at 7.125. So I still have a little bit of time to get my prediction to where it is. And I'm not going to get into how I knew that or and what else I do know, because there's more. Now people keep asking me, what do I think about this and about that? And I don't do that. I only share information with you that I think is crucial to your success, especially when you're part of my team, not to be some freak show, if you would, because there's other stuff. And I keep saying it, and I'm going to say it again for the last time today. Next year is going to be a bad year from a finance perspective, economic perspective, and from inflation and the recession. You mark my words. So it's going to be a tough year for most people that have no clue, because we're still riding high on money from the pandemic, the stimulus that was going around like it was cool, and so many other things that's starting to evaporate. I have a friend of mine that I spoke with yesterday, and all they're doing right now are cash out refis. There are people trying to pay down some of those massive credit card debts that they carry. But like I told him, you better hurry up, because in a matter of time, the equity is going to start to evaporate and the loans are not going to be doable anymore, because these people are getting these loans or cash out refis out at 7-8% and higher. And they don't care because they need the money. But when that well dries up, it's going to get a little bumpy and it's going to get ugly for a lot of people. So some of the things that are going to be discussed here, I can promise you, you don't want to miss out. And then we have a lot of internal stuff, Andy Cohen, Brandy, Pahua. So a lot of the people that are making things happen within FFS will be talking about things like keys to increasing sales, doubles the size of your BOP, build a business worth having, supercharge your FFS business, improve your BOP results, turn BOP guests into team members, and many other things. I have a very small part to cover, the magic of duplication, which is something that means a lot to me, because I would really do want to help you get out of the personal production hamster wheel, which never, ever ends. And so anyways, like I said, I really just want to emphasize to everybody how important it is to come and listen to the people that are very knowledgeable in their industry, attorneys, CPAs, and so on, but also people that are making it happen right now. Ty Tao's going to be there, and I can't tell you how, what a great job he continues to do. And he's going to talk to you about the keys to building. And so whether you're looking to just build or just produce, this event is for you. And if you are serious about starting 2023 on the right foot, in my opinion, you should be there. You have to be there. But again, we run and I run an all volunteer army. If you don't see the value in it, well, don't register, don't spend the money. I will be getting there on Thursday afternoon, and I'll be ready to go on Friday. I spent Friday night at the host hotel, and I come right back Saturday night after the event wraps up, because I got a lot of stuff to do out here. We're in full swing with other things such as Baker to Vegas. We've never had more people, more departments reach out to me. Got a call just this past week, and it was from the marshal's office. I thought, damn, they're looking for me. What the hell is this? And I call them back, and I listened to the message, and it was like, hey, this is so-and-so with the marshal, so-and-so with the U.S. Marshal Service. Just wanted to see if you guys can help us out. I know we got to do something for you guys too, but let's see what we can do. And so I'm going to go in there to present to the U.S. Marshal Service and generate IUL sales and so on with them as well. The same thing with Fresno, as I showed you last week, and many other departments that are reaching out to us. And this is after just our very first team captains meeting. So again, this is a unique event. I'll go into some of the stuff that they released, and I'm not going to read it to you. I just want to paraphrase. Again, it's taking place in Atlanta, Georgia, January 13th or 14th, 2023. Promises to be unlike any other event in FFS history. And I do believe that. I really do believe that this can, and there you go, an exciting 3-day annual event dedicated to giving. I don't know what the hell that's all about, but I think it's just two, which is the 13th and the 14th. But I'm telling you right now, if you make it in for just those 2 days, which is what I'm going to do, again, I arrive Thursday night, get out of there Saturday night, and that's exactly what this is. And so we're going to get together, everybody. FFS leaders are dreamers. Meaning we must always learn new skills and improve performance to make our top goals a reality. LevelUp will deliver the latest information from industry experts, thought leaders in entrepreneurship, and our company's most successful business leaders from across the country to give you the tools you need to reach new heights. And so anyways, I just want to read this portion to you because I want to make sure that at least you were informed of the event. And then the ball, as always, goes right onto your court. If you see value in it, you'll be there. Even if you don't, that's okay too. You don't have to be there. Like I said, I love running an all-volunteer army. I'm not going to ask people to email me confirmations that they registered. I don't do that. I run an all-volunteer army made up of grown men and women. And sometimes circumstances say, yes, we can make it. And sometimes our personal circumstances say we can't make it. All I want to do is just emphasize how, in my humble opinion, this is the type of event you do not want to miss. I'm a very firm believer in starting years off on the right foot. Most people are. That's why we have our New Year's celebration, New Year's Day celebration, make the resolutions that really are not that important to compare to something like this. And so for me, I don't have, $1,000 to blow and just throw away. So if I'm going to spend the money here, number one, I have my first tax deduction of the year. And number two, I'm going to maximize it to make sure that, again, 2023 is a year that I'm proud of, that I know for a fact I have the confidence knowing that I'm in the right place at the right time. And no matter how good or bad 2022 was, we got to get out of a defeated mindset and this pandemic mindset. And sometimes we just literally need to go in there and flush everything out, which is what this is intended to do, and make sure that we as a company, as a team, and as individuals get off on the right foot. And so again, if you need help prospecting your associates, getting more of your business presentations, or building better team leaders, you cannot afford to miss LevelUp 2023. Now, I will tell you that this is limited, and I'll read it to you once again. Attendance for LevelUp is reserved for FFS leaders who are commission qualified. And so that means that if you're not commission qualified, the system will not allow you to register for it, nor should it. And so anyways, and committed to providing excellent service to the clients, helping their communities become financially educated, and building a successful financial services business. Seating is limited to the first 30 leaders who register. Now, what's also unique about this event, this is not convention where you just have theater style seating. The reason that it's limited to just 300 people, it's because it's all classroom style, meaning you're going to have a desk in front of you to write, to take notes, to interact. At any point in the event, you can ask for somebody to elaborate, or whatever you might need, you will receive it. Also, what's unique about this is that it's going to be taking place, well, I'll get to that right now, but the registration fee also includes breakfast every day. It includes lunch every day. And so this is a working meeting. We want to make sure you understand that it's not just a rah-rah, a bunch of crap that, sometimes happens. This is the real deal. You got to come prepared and ready to learn. Bring a little cushion for your seat if you need to, because we're going to be bits or butts in the seats for hours and hours and hours each day. But I promise you that you're going to leave more turbocharged and ready to go than if you had skipped the event yourself. Now, again, January 13th through the 14th in Atlanta, only 300 spots available. I already registered. I registered literally the moment they gave me a preliminary link. They said, hey, this is what's going to happen. We held FFS held an event this past Wednesday via webinar, and a lot of people snatched it up. What they did with the webinar that was held this Wednesday, a lot of people were not upset, but they couldn't get in. And the reason was that it only allowed, I think, 100 or 200 people onto the webinar. So only a few people actually were able to get their hands on the link. Now it's been released. It's out there. And this is your chance. If you want to go ahead and participate, again, you don't have to. But the way I look at it is we don't have to win either, right? And for me, I'm deadly serious about success and that continuation of the story of FFS. And so therefore, it's important for us to do our part and go where the winners are going. And that's exactly what LevelUp is going to be able to do for you. And so you can scan this right here to register. You should register immediately. It will sell out. And one thing they make very, very clear that I want to pass on to you is that usually every time we have an event where we say seating is limited and it, sells out, and then people say, hey man, I was sick, I was in the hospital, I forgot to register, can you talk to somebody? I call somebody at the home office, Meg, or I call, whatever, Vince, and okay, just here's a separate link. They can just, there's none of that this time around because there's literally no room, absolutely no capacity whatsoever for that. And so I'm going to go ahead and get my plane tickets on Monday. I was just waiting for a couple of other dates that I have some stuff pending that I already took care of. So I will be there. I invite you to be there. And most importantly, I challenge you to make sure you do your part to get 2023 off to a fast start, a good start, a profitable start, a confident start. And a lot has to do with how you feel about what you do. And this type of event will elevate your level of confidence and will reassure you that you're at the right place at the right time. You're just going to have to do your part. What I'm going to do is I'm turning it over to you guys to see if anybody has any questions about anything. Please, any questions? Any questions? Hey, you guys are easy today. Okay. Anybody? All right. Well, can anybody just meet them? I just want to make sure that it's not me. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
I think we're clear.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Okay, well, I'll leave it at that. And like I said, I know that next year will be a year of opportunity for some. And I know for a fact that it's going to end up being a year of separation for others. It'll be the year that we part different ways. People that just no longer can't hang in there. And I'm telling you, don't let that happen to you. Make sure that you attend events like this, because even if you do go ahead and register for the top, for the Jumpstart event, it's virtual. It's not going to have the effect that this is going to have. So I would not bank a successful 2023 on a virtual event such as Jumpstart. I'm going to be on it. I'll participate, but it'll be just a formality versus a business changing event like LevelUp 2023. And I say that with a lot of love. I don't want anybody to sit here and think for a second that, I'm wishing anybody any ill. But I've been doing this for 17 years. Next year will be number 18 for me. I can't believe it. And having said that, I know what to expect. And again, it's just going to be a year separation for some people. And I just really hope that it's not you that goes and separate or parts ways with FFS. But in 2023 will be just like 2022. Human nature will prevail. And that's just the way life works. Anything else before we wrap it up? Anything at all before we let you go? Going once? Oh, the cost. You might want to know the cost. The cost is $250, which includes breakfast every day and includes lunch every day. So we are going to be in that building. It's the conference center in Atlanta, just outside of Atlanta itself, downtown Atlanta. And so I would encourage you to register for it. And please don't call me saying, hey, it's sold out. I was waiting for this. I was waiting for that. There's nothing. And usually go out of my way to make room for somebody. I can't do that this year. So I just want to make sure I make that very, very clear. If you fail to register, there's nothing I can do for you. All right?
Yeah. Pierre?
Go ahead.
Real quick. Just want to make sure that we recognize somebody on our team that made their personal producers bonus. And maybe you could touch on that a little bit. As far as what that means.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to recognize Kathy Rosé-Dargar for being the first and only team member right now that made the producers bonus. For those of you guys that were asking questions probably from convention as far as what that is, basically if you hit certain numbers in regards to production, personal production, what that means is that for the following quarter, and this is on the following quarter, you're going to be raised up to another commission level. Kathy made it, and she's going to be bumped up to the 80% level for essentially for the next 3 months. So that's going to be something that's going to be motivating for her because she's going to get paid more money for any business that she puts in over the next 3 months. And we'll cover that a little bit more on my Monday webinar as well.
Congratulations, Kathy, on a job well done. I don't know if she's here, but I just want to also.
Thank you.
There
Yes,
you
I'm
are.
there.
There's some congratulations in the chat as well, Kathy, on a job well done. Thank you for all that you do and for validating the fact that this is a powerful program that can allow you to, again, go out there and get paid at a higher contract. And then the challenge, of course, is to stay there until eventually it just becomes a permanent promotion based on your production as well. So anything you want to share, Kathy? She's shy. Kathy. All right, I heard her.
No, I'm not shy. I couldn't find the mute button.
All right.
I have my glasses on. I mean, I just think I'm very competitive. So when I saw that come out, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta make sure I participate in that. I mean, it's just nice to be able to earn more money. I mean, I've always been, proponent of our little personal producers because not everybody has a team, and so for the rest of us that are the personal producers, it's nice to have something that is going to help elevate our business since we don't, have a team to work with. So, I mean, the business is out there. You just have to get it. You just there's plenty of business to go around for everybody. And if you bring value to your clients, they definitely will do more and more business and send you referrals. I've been working on a lot of referrals lately. So that's really been valuable to me, that my clients trust me enough to bring me more business.
Perfect. Congratulations on a job well done. And like I said, two things you mentioned that are so true. Number one is we got to be competitive. I mean, my goal, and I'm not going to, again, call people individually and ask them, beg them. My goal is to have people at this event because I know what this event will do. And I'm very competitive. I want to win. I've been very blessed to be here for 17 years going on 18. But I know that we will all win at a larger scale if we get more people there. So that's number one. And number two that I love that she said is value. You bring value to a client and that will bring loyalty right back. And it's amazing how you will take them from being just a client to your advocate who will go out of their way to facilitate your business and in what you do for people because they know you stand for something, which key thing. I was actually speaking to a large group of salespeople this past Wednesday. I think it was Thursday. And what I told them was the fact that the key to success and lasting success is in learning how to bring people value, and selling them a life policy is not just value in itself, it's what you do before and after the sale. Or I don't care if you're selling them a home or a mortgage or whatever the hell you're selling, sales are sales. You exchange a product or service for money, but when you bring value to the table, then that elevates you. Your stock raises as whatever it is that you are, a financial advisor, or whether you are selling a home or a mortgage or whatever. And that's where the magic happens. That's where people dream of one day becoming that Kathy, if you would. But you have to kind of do what Kathy does. And I know her, and I know how she goes above and beyond so much of the actual what her clients deserve and are asking of professionals like her. So congratulations on that. Now, anything else, George, you want to add? Anybody else? If you want to give me your link, George, for your Monday webinar.
Yeah, I'll type in the link. And look, I was going to do it at the end, but I'll do it now. This Monday, we're actually going to have a training where we're going to revise now that the school districts are now allowing vendors on campus. We're actually going to do a school protocol 2.0. We're going to update it as far as how to approach schools, how to conduct yourself at schools, now literally in a new environment. Because one of the things that I've been doing lately, I've been going out. We did our first school presentation of the year last week to a staff development meeting. And I came away with a lot of lessons saying, okay, we got to get the message across differently because now people are just receiving it differently. And, again, I don't want to keep blaming COVID for it, but the reality is that we have to adapt how we're doing even our live presentations, how people are perceiving us in person in light of everything that's been going on the last couple of years and people that's sitting at home, isolation, doing Zoom calls. Now they got a person in front of them and their perceptions are just different. So I encourage you, everybody on this call who is considering to visit schools and prospecting and maybe opening schools, to attend on Monday. It will be very educational for you guys.
Perfect. And the link.
Yeah, I'm going to type that in right now. It's webchatgm.com.
webchatgm.com. And again, if you are working in schools, I would encourage you to attend this webinar for the simple fact that you don't want to end up also getting booted out of the school, like a lot of people get booted out because they did something they weren't supposed to, and things evolve. And so I just want to go ahead and thank George for all that he does and everybody that's, again, attacking the schools. Also on the side of the preset Zoom presentations or consultations, the preset appointments that we do with teachers, we finally got everybody to complete their calendars, which for whatever reason, it took 3 weeks. I don't know why, but we finally have everybody up and running. So we're going to start to increase, if you would, the number of leads that go out through those channels starting this coming week. So like I told you in the beginning, it's going to take a little time. Glitches are always where it's at, and the glitches are sometimes true technical glitches, and other glitches are human nature glitches. Why the hell didn't everybody set up their calendars the first day? I don't know. It's just human nature. Like I said, I don't go try to make nonsense out of nonsense. And so I just simply go ahead and know that everybody's done by now. And so now we can turn that up. I also want to just wish Mr. Bob Ants a speedy recovery. He had a procedure done. He was in the hospital. I don't know if he's out yet, but I just want to wish him a very speedy recovery. All of our prayers on all of our behalf are going in your direction, Bob. And so thank you again for all you've done. And we're definitely going to go ahead and keep you in our prayers. And I just know it's a matter of time before you're up and running in no time at all. So thank you, sir, and wish you the best. Anything else from anybody before we wrap it up? I just want to also congratulate Alan. Alan has a very good event. I don't know if he is on. And Alan, can you just tell, not from inviting people, I'm not asking to invite people, but that was a pretty cool event that you have with the pastors. Can you kind of mention it? No details, just what you're doing.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Javier. Well, October it typically is a clergy appreciation month. And we want to take advantage of that to honor all the labor of love that all pastors do for everyone in the community. And so we're hosting a dinner here on Monday here in Chula Vista to recognize and to honor pastors. And at the same time, we're going to bless every pastor that attends with a trip vacation, a getaway. And of course, we'll take the opportunity to share with them strategies for them to protect their families and their financial future as well. So we're looking forward to that.
Thank you. Great job, man. Great job. And so again, that's exactly what I'm talking about when I say there's so many ways to market what we do, and at the same time bless other people. It's not just about me, my money or my income or myself, but lead by giving. And it's amazing how much you will be blessed when you do that. Starting next week, what we're going to do is I'm going to ask for your help also. It's that time of the year. And this last year, we ended up not raising as much as we were hoping because the cost, we're going to do basically what we're going to do is our Thanksgiving dinner giveaways. But I don't know if you heard, the cost of turkeys are up 14 to 18% again over last year. And we were very blessed to not just simply raise funds to get some of these dinners going, but also my wife and I, we were very blessed to be in a position to make up the difference. The cost of turkeys last year was literally more than double from the year before that because of COVID. And so the point that I'm making is this time we're going to, again, I'm going to put as much money as I have to, but I want to give everybody the opportunity to bless a family by giving them something that we usually take for granted, which is a dinner, food, and so on. And so if you want to be part of that, I'm going to go ahead and post a QR, a flyer, everything that we're going to do starting next Saturday. And I'm asking for your support. And then you can turn around and do something similar in your part of town. And it's amazing how, like I said, when you put other people before yourself, God will bless you. That I will tell you. I've seen that for many years in many different industries. And I think that even if you're an atheist, you'll understand that you'll get further in life by putting people's needs before your own. And I personally believe in the living God. And so I choose to lead by giving and blessing other people and expecting nothing in return. But so far to this date, God has not failed me yet. And it's amazing. It's amazing how trials and tribulations come our way in different forms, but nothing compared to what other people face. And I still consider life nothing less than a miracle and a blessing. So if you want to be part of that, please be ready. Bring your phone next week. We're going to put up the flow code or QR code, and you can participate in doing that because we just want to help and bless as many families as possible. We're changing the format a little bit this week. We're still working through the schools, and it's just going to be a great thing. And then, of course, we're going right into our Christmas season. Right after that, we are going to allow people to adopt kids, and not physically, but the way we do it is we call it the Christmas wish list, where the kids choose 5 things: a piece of clothing, most of them ask for shoes, socks, or sweatshirts type of thing; a book that tells what book they want, and then anything they want. And they usually ask for things like candy canes or something. So it's not like something that's going to break your bank, if you would, but it's a very, very moving thing to participate. And then those that want to will come with us to the local police departments. And from there, we go to the schools and deliver the dinners accordingly as well. I say thank you to everybody for all that you do. Last question for any comments, questions, or concerns. Please unmute yourself. Going once, twice. Well, congratulations. Go ahead.
I just wanted to mention too, there's things that people can
We can't hear you, Kathy. You're far away.
Okay, can you hear me better?
There you go. There you go.
I had you on the large speaker.
Okay.
I just want to share something that I'm going to be doing, and I think George is probably going to be working with me on that. But you can take any of your clients that are teachers and adopt their classroom for Christmas, and that's what I've been doing before the pandemic, and we weren't able to do it the last 2 years. But you can just have like a pizza party for the kids, and last time I just put together little gifts from them from the dollar store. I think the whole thing cost me about $250, but it makes the kids so happy and they're so grateful and so thankful. But also what it does, it really elevates you at the school because no other advisors are doing that for their clients. So it's just something that you can do that doesn't cost a lot of money. And if you're good at, fundraising, you can get someone to sponsor it, but we usually do it on our own.
Perfect. Thank you. And it's so true, because one thing I told you, I have probably 8 or 9 schools that have been waiting for me for probably 5 years, that every year we go there, because they always tell me, come back and talk to the teachers. We have our staff meeting this, or we have a staff meeting that, minus the pandemic, of course, but I just haven't had the time to go back. This year, I do intend to go back. And again, they literally receive you with open hands, and they look at you so different when they say, by the way, we have financial advisors that are going to talk to you about your retirement. And by the way, they're also the ones that came in and fed all of our families and our kids with those Thanksgiving dinners or the Christmas wish list and so on. They see you in a whole different light. And remember what I said earlier, it's your stock. Your stock is either high, you are a Tesla, or maybe because of the fact that, you're not other-centered, you're self-centered a lot of the time, your stock is more like Blockbuster. And so, like I said, don't be Blockbuster stock. I want you to be a Tesla stock. And that has a lot to do, and that's in direct correlation to what you do for others, especially when you don't have a lot. When I have a lot, I like to give, but when I don't have anything or very little, and we've all been there and done that, that's when I really have to get creative and give even more, because I found that my fastest and quickest way out of a slump or a challenging time is to go right back and give, especially when you don't have, and that's where the blessings are multiplied many times over. All right, everybody, thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody for all that you do. Let's go out there and make it happen. And don't forget, register for that event if you want to. It will sell out by the end of this week. And if for whatever weird reason it doesn't sell out, then just go ahead and grab it whenever you can, because it will be worth your time. And we want to mobilize as many people from our team, because other teams are actively mobilizing their teams. And I just would hate for somebody else to take success that was earmarked for you just because you didn't move fast enough. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.